Here is the plain language way to understand fiber after 60. Most people think it's all just scratchy roughage. But the real story, the one that can genuinely change how you feel each day, is about a different kind of fiber. It's a special, gentle type that forms a soft gel in water, and learning how to use it correctly is a game changer for digestive comfort, stable blood sugar, and even cholesterol. This matters because predictable digestion affects everything. It influences how confident you feel leaving the house for errands, how well you sleep without discomfort, and how much energy you have for the people and activities you love. It's a cornerstone of maintaining your independence and feeling in control of your own body. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make this special fiber water using a simple ingredient called psyllium husk. You'll learn the precise mixing ratio to prevent bloating, the best time of day to drink it for different health goals, and the simple science of why this method is so effective and gentle. Stay with me to the end for the #1 mistake that causes discomfort and a simple 20-second trick to make this drink pleasant. My promise to you is no scare tactics, just clear, science-backed information on what works, what doesn't, and when it's wise to have a quick chat with your doctor. Feeling a bit lost in all the conflicting health advice out there can be frustrating. If you're looking for a calm, reliable place for health information tailored for this chapter of life, consider subscribing. Our community is all about sharing what works. Let us know in the comments one health topic you found confusing. Let's begin with the first and most important idea: understanding why this specific type of fiber is so different from the bran in your cereal or the roughage in a raw kale salad. The secret is in a word you may have heard: soluble fiber. Most fibers are either soluble, meaning they dissolve in water, or insoluble, meaning they don't. Insoluble fiber is the roughage part. It adds bulk and can help push things through, like a broom sweeping a floor. It's important, but for many people, especially as we get older and our digestive systems become more sensitive, too much of that scratchy, broom-like fiber can cause gas, bloating, and discomfort. Psyllium husk, on the other hand, is mostly soluble fiber. When you mix it with water, it doesn't just get wet, it transforms. It absorbs the water and creates a soft, viscous gel. Think of the difference between cleaning a delicate pipe with a stiff, scratchy brush versus a soft, wet sponge. The sponge is gentle, pliable, and it glides through, cleaning thoroughly without scraping the sides. That gel is the soft sponge for your digestive system. This gel does 3 remarkable things. First, it gently normalizes bowel movements. If things are moving too slowly, it adds soft, hydrated bulk to encourage a natural rhythm. If things are moving too quickly, it absorbs excess water, adding form and slowing things down. It's an intelligent regulator, not a harsh laxative. Many people who've struggled with both sides of the digestive coin find this gentle, normalizing effect to be a profound relief. You simply feel more predictable, which is a wonderful feeling. So, when we talk about making fiber water, we are specifically talking about creating this beneficial gel. The key is using 100% psyllium husk powder, which you can find in nearly any grocery store or pharmacy. It's inexpensive and effective. Just be sure it's the plain husk, with no added sugars or artificial sweeteners, which can sometimes cause their own digestive issues. Now that you understand the why, let's get into the most critical part: the how. The single biggest reason people have a bad experience with psyllium is that they mix it incorrectly. This leads to clumps, a texture that's hard to swallow, and can even cause that bloating we're trying to avoid. But there is a golden ratio and a simple technique that solves this completely. The mechanism is simple. Psyllium starts to form its gel the second it hits water. If you don't use enough water, or if you don't stir it quickly, it will form a thick, undrinkable clump in your glass. And if it's a thick clump in your glass, it can become a thick, uncomfortable mass in your gut, which is exactly what we don't want. You want to drink it while it's still liquid, allowing the gel to form gently and gradually inside your digestive system where it can do its work. Have you ever tried to make gravy by just dumping flour into hot water? You get a lumpy, unpleasant mess. It's the same principle here. You need the right liquid to powder ratio and the right technique to get a smooth, easy to drink consistency. So here is your simple, three-step action plan for the perfect mix every time. First, the ratio. For 1 level teaspoon of psyllium husk powder, you need a large glass filled with at least 10 to 12 ounces of water. That's about 300 to 350 milliliters. It's a bit more than a standard coffee mug. And the water should be cool or room temperature. Never use warm or hot water, as it will cause the psyllium to gel almost instantly into a thick paste. Second, the technique. This is crucial. Pour the water into the empty glass first. Then, sprinkle the psyllium powder on top of the water. Do not put the powder in first and pour water on it. That's a recipe for clumps at the bottom. Once the powder is in, immediately start stirring vigorously with a fork or a small wire whisk for about 15 seconds. You'll see it dissolve into a slightly thicker, but still very liquid, drink. Third, the timing. Drink it immediately, within 30 seconds of stirring. Do not answer the phone or walk away and come back to it. The longer it sits, the thicker it will get. When you drink it, it should have the consistency of a thin fruit nectar or a slightly pulpy juice, not a thick pudding or jelly. This ensures the gel forms where you want it to, inside your body, not in your glass. Following these 3 steps, the right ratio, the right technique, and immediate drinking, is the key to avoiding nearly all of the potential discomforts associated with psyllium. It makes all the difference between a bad experience and a wonderfully effective one. Next, let's talk about when to drink your fiber water, because timing it correctly can help you achieve different health goals. The timing determines where the gel is and what it interacts with as it moves through your system. Let's cover 3 common goals: promoting regularity, helping with blood sugar balance, and supporting healthy cholesterol levels. For general digestive regularity, the timing is quite flexible. Many people find it convenient to drink their psyllium first thing in the morning, about 30 minutes before breakfast. This starts your day with hydration and gets that soft bulk moving through your system to help promote a natural, easy bowel movement later in the day. Others prefer taking it just before bed. This allows the gel to work gently overnight. There's no single best time for this goal. It's about what fits your daily routine and what feels best for your body. Consistency is more important than the specific time of day. However, for helping with blood sugar, the timing is much more specific and very important. If you're looking to help stabilize your energy levels and avoid those sharp peaks and valleys after a meal, the ideal time to drink your psyllium water is about 15 to 20 minutes before you eat your main meal, particularly one that is higher in carbohydrates like pasta, bread, or potatoes. Here's the simple mechanism. When you drink the psyllium beforehand, the gel begins to form in your stomach. When your food arrives, that gel acts like a gentle, porous barrier. It slows down the speed at which your stomach empties and slows the absorption of sugars from your food into your bloodstream. This doesn't block the nutrients, it just smooths out their entry. Instead of a sudden sugar rush that requires a big surge of insulin, you get a slower, more gradual release of energy. For many people, this can mean avoiding that classic after-lunch slump and enjoying more stable energy throughout the afternoon. Finally, let's talk about cholesterol. This is a fascinating benefit that large studies have pointed to. The gel from psyllium has been shown to help lower LDL cholesterol, the lousy kind. It works by binding to bile acids in your small intestine. Think of bile as the dish soap your body uses to break down and digest fats. When the psyllium gel traps these bile acids, they are carried out of the body instead of being reabsorbed. Your liver then says, "Hey, I need more bile." To make new bile, your liver has to pull cholesterol out of your bloodstream. This process can lead to a modest but meaningful reduction in LDL cholesterol over time. To maximize this effect, it's best to take your psyllium with a meal, as this is when bile is released to digest food. So, you can see how timing your daily glass can tailor its benefits. And if this information is making sense and you're finding it helpful, a quick tap on the subscribe button ensures you won't miss our next video on protecting your joints with simple, everyday movements. We've covered how to mix it and when to drink it. Now for the rule that supports all of this: proper hydration. The water you drink after your psyllium is just as important as the water you mix it with. Remember, the psyllium gel is like a sponge. It continues to absorb water as it travels through your digestive tract, which is about 20 feet long. This is what keeps the bulk soft, pliable, and easy to pass. If you are dehydrated, the gel can't get the water it needs from what you're drinking, so it may pull water from your intestinal walls. This can ironically lead to the very problem you're trying to solve: harder, more difficult to pass stool. Think of it like trying to move a large, soft sponge through a dry tube. It would get stuck. But if the tube is well lubricated with water, the sponge glides right through. Your digestive tract is that tube, and you need to keep it hydrated for the psyllium to work its magic. The practical step here is very simple and non-negotiable. Within an hour of drinking your psyllium mixture, make a point to drink another full 8 to 10-ounce glass of plain water. Think of it as a chaser. This gives the gel the extra hydration it needs to stay soft and do its job effectively. Beyond that chaser, it's also important to maintain good hydration throughout the day. You don't need to overdo it, but consistently sipping water is key. If your urine is a pale, light yellow color, you're likely doing a great job. This simple habit of following your psyllium with another glass of water prevents nearly all issues and ensures you get the maximum benefit. A crucial safety note here: if you have any kidney conditions or have been instructed by your doctor to restrict your fluid intake for any reason, you absolutely must discuss adding psyllium to your routine with them first. This is also a good moment to bust a common myth. You may see ads or articles promoting harsh cleanses or detoxes that promise to flush out your system. The truth is, your body already has a magnificent and highly effective detoxification system: your liver and your kidneys. These organs work 24/7 to filter your blood and remove waste. They don't need a violent flush. What they need is support. Gentle, consistent fiber like psyllium supports these natural processes by binding to waste products and helping to carry them out of the body efficiently. It's a helper, not a replacement for your body's own wisdom. Finally, we arrive at the fifth and final key, which is perhaps the most important for long-term success: starting low, going slow, and listening to the unique signals of your own body. Your gut is a complex and bustling ecosystem, home to trillions of beneficial bacteria known as your microbiome. These tiny helpers play a huge role in digestion, immunity, and even your mood. When you introduce a new, potent source of fiber like psyllium, you're essentially providing a big new meal for these bacteria. If you suddenly give them a massive feast they're not used to, they can go into overdrive, producing a lot of gas in the process. This fermentation is what causes that initial gassy, bloated feeling some people experience. It's just like starting a new fitness routine. You wouldn't go from the couch to trying to lift the heaviest weight in the gym on day one. You'd injure yourself. Instead, you start with light weights and gradually increase as your muscles adapt and get stronger. You must give your digestive system the same respect and courtesy. So, here is the slow start schedule. For the entire first week, start with just 1/2 of a level teaspoon of psyllium husk once a day. That's it. Let your system get acquainted with it. Pay attention to how you feel. If, after a week, you're feeling good and not experiencing any discomfort, you can increase the amount to 1 full level teaspoon once a day for the second week. For a great many people, this amount, 1 teaspoon a day, is the perfect sweet spot for maintaining comfortable regularity and reaping the other health benefits. The goal is not to consume the maximum possible amount of fiber. The goal is to find the minimum effective dose that makes you feel good. After a few weeks at 1 teaspoon, if you feel you need a bit more support, you can consider increasing it to 1.5 teaspoons or adding a second, separate dose of a half or full teaspoon at another time of day. But always make changes gradually, giving your body several days to adjust. There is one last crucial safety point, especially for anyone taking regular medications. Because psyllium gel can slow absorption, it can potentially reduce the effectiveness of certain medications if taken at the same time. The general rule of thumb is to take any medication either 1 hour before you have your psyllium, or wait at least 2 to 4 hours after you have your psyllium. This is particularly important for medications where precise dosing is critical, such as thyroid hormones, metformin for diabetes, or certain heart medications. When in doubt, a quick call to your pharmacist is always a brilliant idea. They are a wonderful resource for questions about timing and interactions. So, to bring it all together, what does this look like in your daily life this week? It's not about a dramatic overhaul. It's about a small, simple 5-minute ritual that can have an outsized impact on how you feel. You now know that psyllium isn't just roughage. It's a special gel-forming fiber. You have the golden ratio, 1 teaspoon in at least 10 to 12 ounces of cool water. You know the technique: water first, stir fast, and drink immediately. You know to follow it up with another glass of water soon after. And you know the most important rule: start with just a small amount and increase slowly. And as promised, the number one mistake people make is using warm or hot water, which turns it into a thick, clumpy paste before you can even drink it. Always use cool water. And the simple trick to make it more pleasant? A small squeeze of fresh lemon juice or a single drop of a sugar-free water enhancer can transform the taste without adding any sugar. Consistency is what creates change, and making it pleasant helps you stay consistent. This small daily practice is an act of self-care that can lead to more predictable digestion, more stable energy, and a greater sense of confidence and independence in your days. For those who want to read more, I will link some excellent, plain language sources in the description below. What is the one step from this video you think you'll try this week? Is it the mixing technique, the timing before a meal, or just starting slow with a half teaspoon? Let me know in the comments below. Your experience can help someone else in this community. If you found this guide clear and helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It truly helps others who are looking for reliable health information find this channel. Take good care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.